Hi, everybody, and good morning. We are here for my Intro Psych classes for week number 11. Thank you so much for those of you who are on here with me early on a Friday morning. On the plus side, today is Friday, and after today, we are on spring break for a week. So that's super exciting. And I hope that some of you have fun things planned, or at least are hoping to have a little bit of downtime to relax and sleep in and get caught up on everything. But good morning. Can you all hear me and see me okay? Just to make sure really quickly before we continue, make sure you can all hear and see me just fine. I'll wait just a second just to make sure. Good morning. Is everybody ready for break? Anybody going anywhere fun for spring break, or have any fun plans? I'm hoping this means you can hear and see me okay. Everything looks fine on my end. Well, if you have anything fun that you are planning, feel free to put it in the chat. That's kind of a fun thing to share. Otherwise, what we will do, okay, thank you, Chase, for letting me know. What we will do is we'll go over really quickly a few things from last week, and then I will go over the materials and reminders for this week, of course, giving you that Twitch extra credit question for this week as well. And then we will wrap it up and call it a day. Arizona, that's fun, right? It's not too hot there yet, which is good. Gets so warm there in the summer. But let's go ahead and go over to Canvas together. And as I said, we are in week number 11, and there's only 17 weeks in the semester, so we are definitely getting there. We are almost done with our semester. Excuse me. So let's go back really quickly and look at week number 10, and then we can talk about this week. So last week we were covering the topic of emotions, and your discussion for last week was looking at emotional theories and trying to explain the order of events of each of the three of them. And a couple of people only did one, and that was the biggest reason that people lost points, was either not accurately describing the chain of events. Like with the James Lange theory, there's some kind of stimulus which leads to a physiological response which leads to an emotion. So kind of going from that specific order was what I was looking for you to do. Those of you who did that, most of you got full points. And those of you who didn't might have lost a couple of points for that. And then looking at what are some of the ways that we can spot a lie. A few of you missed this question. It was like you just didn't see that it was there. But what are some of the ways that you could spot a lie and maybe pick up on the fact that somebody was lying to you? And then as a bonus, I tried to lie to you, and I think I successfully fooled quite a bit of you. Most of you thought that the lie was that I never crocheted a blanket. And I actually have crocheted a blanket. It was super romantic of me, I must say. I crocheted a blanket. It took me like 6 months. It's still in our closet to this day, and it took me a very long time to do. But I have never been to Africa. So Africa was the lie. I've never been to Africa, but I did crochet a blanket. I do have two younger brothers. So just as a random side note, and I rehearsed and practiced quite a bit and smiled through just about the whole thing, which might have made it even more difficult for you to tell. But otherwise, I hope you all understood the emotional theories, definitely being able to identify the different components of each one of them and look at, the order of events. That's really the most important piece. Don't forget to continue replying to a classmate so you get those 2 points every week. Otherwise, for last week, again, the discussion, overall was really, really nicely done. A lot of you did the extra credit. This week we move on to human development. So we're looking at kind of the lifespan. How do people age, and what are the milestones that we progress through as we are aging, and some of those kind of hallmarks along the way. So for this week, make sure that you read chapter 11 in the textbook, as always. And then you'll want to read through the lecture that I created for you. On the first page, you have the summary and objectives, which you can listen to or read as usual. The next page is Beyond the Book. A cool video I think that I put together, the song 100 Years by Five for Fighting. I put the lyrics up along with some kind of milestones of each of the ranges that he's talking about in the song. A little bit about the experience a pregnancy, preparing for childbirth, gender identity, aging, and Alzheimer's disease, some kind of beyond the book information. Good morning, Pauline. Thank you for putting your name in the chat. In pop culture, lots of movies related to aging, a couple of movies related to pregnancy and getting pregnant, and then a lot of movies related to the teenage years, a few kind of about facing the end of life. A video here making light of what can be a difficult topic of looking at those 5 stages that we progress through as we react to the idea of death. The key terms and review page, here are all the terms that you need to know for the next exam. So everything on here would be stuff that you would want to be familiar with for exam number 4 in a couple of weeks. And then application, here are, now that we've read through this, here are some of the ways you could apply it, what to expect during and after pregnancy, a little bit about playing with children, keeping your mind sharp and improving mental fitness. So again, as usual, make sure you click through everything in here, watch any of the videos that I include, explore all of those links. All of that information together will help you to understand the chapter and kind of understand all that material. You'll also want to, of course, watch the lecture video that I made for you. It's a Zoom link because it does contain some outside clips. So make sure that you watch that, take notes, pay attention. The materials on here will definitely show up on that last exam that we have for the semester. So something you're going to want to pay attention to and take notes with. The discussion for this week, discussion number 11, definitely building on and related to the topic of human development. So what you'll do for this, as always, you might want to watch my brief video that I have here where I kind of highlight some of the topics and give you more information. But what you'll be doing is a couple of different things. First, you're going to watch and listen to 2 songs about being a teenager. And you're going to get your country fix for the week. If you are not a big country fan, this might be more country than you listen to all year. But you're going to listen to 15 by Taylor Swift and Letter to Me by Brad Paisley. And I have the songs and lyrics right here for you. You're also going to go on a field trip, and this can be an actual field trip or it could be a virtual one if that's more comfortable for you. But I want you to go to a store that sells cards, like Hallmark, Target, Walmart, the grocery store. Oh. Once you're there, you will examine several cards and you're going to take notes on the messages of the cards. What are the tones? What are the things that they're saying? You might want to bring something along to take notes, or you could take pictures with your phone. But I want you to look at a minimum of 2 cards for middle adulthood, like turning 30, 40, or 50, and then late adulthood, 60, 70, 80, or even higher, or aging in general. And then after you've done those 2 things, you're going to answer some questions about the songs and about the greeting cards. And you're connecting those materials to the topics that we have covered this week. So number 1, how do the 2 songs, 15 and Letter to Me, incorporate or demonstrate some of the cognitive, social, and or physical milestones or developmental focuses of being a teenager? And I'm looking that you can give me specific examples from the lyrics and the songs and to connect them to the materials from chapter 11 in the textbook and lecture to receive full credit. So some of the things that they're talking about in the songs, how are those representative of some of the concepts and topics that we're covering? Connect them together, give me specific lyrics. What were the general messages, tones, and focuses of the cards in each age range that you examined? What are some of the attitudes and stereotypes that you observed related to aging or getting older in the greeting cards? And then if you had to personally be stuck at one age for the rest of your life, what age would you pick and why? So biggest one here on this first bullet is definitely worth the most points. Make sure that you're connecting the songs and lyrics to the materials. But then, of course, be sure you're answering these other ones as well. If you have the ability and the desire to do so, you're welcome to upload a picture or a video of the cards that you looked at. I think that would be great. Totally optional. But so many, geez, why do I always get the yawns when we're on here? So many of these cards are funny and have great messages and entertaining messages related to aging. So I think it could be a lot of fun if you wanted to post those. So when you're ready, you'll hit reply to my questions. And then don't forget to also reply to a classmate. So let's say I really like some of the stuff that Angie pointed out. I could hit reply and post to her responses. So as always, this is worth 15 points, 13 for your responses to my questions, and then 2 for your responses to a peer. So make sure that you are answering all of those fully and then really giving me a bunch of detail to show that you understand the materials. Those are the big things for this week. right? Kind of a normal, typical week for us, reading the chapter in the textbook, reading the lecture, watching the lecture video, taking notes because it will definitely appear on the exam. Don't forget to do discussion number 10. Discussion number 11. It kicked me up to the top there. I will post a recording in a little bit later today. I'll post the recording of this live stream for you to watch if you would like. And of course, I'll give you the extra credit question in a moment. But any questions at all for me at the moment? I have a couple of reminders while I'm waiting to see. But if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Don't forget, as always, to double check your subscription status. Jamila, Chance, Pauline, Joelle, if you see that you have fallen off, please try and resubscribe for free. If you can figure that out, that'd be great. Very, very few of you are still subscribed, so it's making more and more work for me every week to track you all down. So please, if you have the chance to do that, that would be fantastic. And if you are watching this later, if you subscribe, then I still see that you watched it. If you're not subscribed, I have no way of knowing. So if you can figure that out, great. And Pauline, if you can't, that's all right. But if you could take a chance to try and figure that out, I would appreciate it. I'm not sure when we'll be doing our next Twitch live stream quite yet. So we won't have one next week. Obviously, it's spring break and hopefully everyone will be relaxing and enjoying your time off. I will let you know in the announcement when we come back when our next live stream will be. We'll either keep this same day and time or we might go back to where we were before. I will let you know. Oh, excuse me. I will let you know when we come back. I'm just kind of waiting to find out some scheduling things and then we'll let you know. Let me give you the Twitch extra credit question so that you can go ahead and get the points for joining me today. And this is definitely related to what we are covering this week on human development. So let me put this here in the chat for you. Okay, so what are Piaget's 4 stages of cognitive development? What are Piaget's 4 stages of cognitive development? That's the extra credit question for this week, and you can just list them for me. When you're ready, you'll go to Canvas and click on Twitch extra credit number 11. And that's where you should be able to go ahead and answer this. Up at the top, you'll hit Start Assignment like usual. And that brings up the text box where you can type your response down below. And then hit Submit. So that will allow you to get those 2 points of extra credit. Ooh, horseshoes and confetti. This is due before Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. Make sure that you get everything in. I will send out an announcement, but I likely will not be grading materials on Monday night. I will be on a cruise ship. I don't know what my internet access will look like. And so there's a good chance I will be grading the materials from this week when I come back. So if you don't see a grade for everything right away, don't freak out or worry. That's okay. I will send out an announcement about it, but just to let you know. And as far as the Twitch goes, I'm not sure why so many of you are having a difficult time. Let's go to Twitch together really quickly. And let me see if I can show you. So I'm going to bring up my friend's channel again, as usual, so I can try and show you on theirs. Let me see if I can make the window here a little different so you can see it better. Here we go. Okay, so when you are on Twitch, right, remember up here you're going to go to my channel, right? So go to Psyched with Setmire. And then when you are on my channel, there is this little box underneath right here that will allow you to see your options, right? So this little purple box, if you click the down arrow on it, brings up this whole option here, right? And so again, these are my friends, this isn't mine, so make sure that you're on my channel. But when you scroll down all the way at the bottom here, it says use Prime Sub. And when you click that box, then it allows you to click subscribe with Prime for free for an additional month. So you should be able to do this without a problem if you have linked your accounts together. So it's showing you here how you would do that. So again, one more time really quickly here. If you're on my channel, so if you're on Psyched with Setmire, yeah, and that's the most of the screen that I can show you. So depending on what device you're on, you have a different view. So you can always turn your phone or see if you can zoom out. But if you click on resubscribe for free, click the down arrow, and then all the way at the bottom, there's the button that says use Prime Sub, and you click that. And then that allows you to subscribe for free with Prime. And again, if you can't figure it out, don't worry about it. But it definitely makes my life easier. So thank you so much for those of you who are trying to figure it out for me. I appreciate it. But otherwise, that is everything that I wanted to share with you for today. Get going on the materials for this week and try and have a nice, relaxing spring break. I hope you find a chance to sleep in or do something fun for yourself. Take a little bit of time to relax. I will hang out for a little while if you have any questions or thoughts or comments or anything for me. And then once all of you are gone, I will close this up and start the upload and download to get that video posted for you. So have a wonderful day, have a wonderful weekend, and a fantastic spring break. Hopefully when I see you next, I am like 10 pounds heavier from eating way too much on a cruise ship. That's my plan. My goal is to gain at least a pound a day. But I hope you all have a wonderful break as well. I'm going to minimize this, but I will hang out for a little while if you think of any questions. Otherwise, I will see you all after our spring break. Thank you. You as well. You as well. Yeah, I mean, I think switching to psychology, psychology is a great major because it's so versatile, Chance. And, so I would just say that meeting with a counselor is actually a really wonderful idea because they can give you some good advice about which classes to take and in which order, just to make sure that you are, following that pattern. But I think that would be fantastic. Obviously, I'm a little biased, of course, but I think psychology is fantastic and would definitely give you some good choices as well. So yeah, I mean, I think that's a lot of fun. I was just saying that that's a psychology is a wonderful major for so many different things because it gives you a nice like broad amount of options. But that it's good that you're going to meet with a counselor because the counselor should be able to give you some good advice about which classes to take and in which order. So that was all I was saying. So I think it's great that you're going to meet with a counselor to talk about that a little more. You're welcome. No problem.